Hey, what's up guys, and this is a full story. A story on what if Naruto was born with a Rinnegan, guys. Yes. What if he was born with it instead of being given it, instead of acquiring it, he was born with a Rinnegan. Yeah, I got this idea recently with a twist in premise, how it would change or how it would make him different, as he has powers of a god from a child, especially after being treated that way by the villagers. The outcome will surprise you. Also, if you have your own ideas and you want me to take a look at them and do them, guys, go ahead and comment on any of the latest posts, and I promise I'll jot them down for future use. And don't forget, yes, I indeed have 4 more channels. All the links will be down in the description, so yeah. Let us jump into this nice little full story. Let us begin now, guys.
Remember the moment you left me alone, broke every promise you ever made. I was an ocean, lost in the open. Nothing can take the pain away. So you can tell me to tomorrow I will come back. We're all back. Take me black and white. Everyone will save me. Every scar will build my throne.
We begin this episode with a secret. A few people know the truth about Minato's bloodline, about his lineage. You see, Minato's grandmother was an Uchiha, and his grandfather was a Senju. At the time, it wasn't a time for them to be together. They would both be seen as traitors of their own clan. Even after Konoha was brought together, there was still bad blood. So something like that shouldn't be a possibility. But those two had met each other on the battlefield more than once. And what was supposed to be chaos and destruction turned into something beautiful. It was thankful that their child did not awaken the Sharingan. The world never know. Only a few of what they did. Minato's mother, she was very special. Yes, her parents died when she was in her teens. So the secret died. And no one else knew. Years passed by though. And there was a child. It happened when he was 3 years old. An anomaly within his chakra, within his blood, that caused his vision to go nuclear. Even before that, his hair was long, longer than your average child. It came down in his face. It was his way of hiding away from the earth, hiding away from the world. However, on the day when he sat, being 3 and yet his mindset was so complicated for a young boy, something remarkable took place. Something that will change everything forever. The next 3 years were like a blur. Naruto Uzumaki knew that he was different. He saw it every time he parted his hair and gazed into the mirror. It wasn't until he decided to test it out. It wasn't until he decided to truly understand what he can do. He could feel it. He could feel the chakra under his skin, inside of him, all around him. He could feel the power accumulating and gathering. When he first thrust his hand out and sent a boulder sailing away, he was shocked. The words simply came into his mind. Push. The almighty push. His power coinciding with that. He stood there, looking at it with fascination. Another reason why his mindset was so different. He never dreamed of earning the Hokage position. He was complex, seeing the world different, seeing how chaotic the world truly was. It made him into a realist. Certain things were just not possible, and yet he could do the impossible. At the academy, as the years went by, the teachers could not explain it. For someone that doesn't look like he tried often, his chakra control was exceptional, downright perfect, and he kept to himself. Sakura Haruno found herself glancing towards him. She liked Sasuke and everyone knew that. But Naruto was something else. Mysterious, quiet, in a way that made everything feel heavy, like there was a storm inside of him. And when it erupts, the whole world will know. Time passed by as Team 7 was put together. Kakashi Hatake never saw his eyes even in the bell tests. Naruto had become rather efficient at hiding them rather well. He told himself that his eyes were not normal, despite not knowing what they were, that most people wouldn't handle the truth well, that some would see him worse than how they already saw him. However, there were moments when you had to put everything aside and actually say, screw it. That moment happened on the bridge. He realized that his holding back was only going to get his teammates hurt. Sasuke Uchiha, his Sharingan on full display, he still wasn't enough for Haku. Naruto stepped up, even as Haku prepared to strike them with senbons from all over. Stay behind me, said Naruto. He pushed Sasuke aside. Sasuke knew Naruto to be a serious person, but not stupid. He wouldn't put his life in danger for no reason. Naruto held his hand up, and for the first time his hair itself seemed to gravitate upwards. Haku saw those eyes and could not understand them. The words erupted from his mouth. Almighty. Push! It wasn't just the mirror, but all the fog on the bridge was blasted away. The pressure, it was felt by Zabuza and Kakashi who was fighting. Something flew past the both of them and crashed hard on the bridge. It was Haku. Zabuza looked up as Naruto's hand was already pointed towards him. The force slammed into him like a train. He crashed hard, staggering, stunned and confused. Kakashi stood there frozen, not quite understanding what was going on, until he glimpsed into Naruto's eyes. But the problem had just started. Gato arrived, his man swearing, laughing, sword drawn. However, due to the fact that there was no one at the house, Tsunami and Iniri, mother and son, was bound, blades at their throat. Gato stepped forward. Tazuna and Sakura who had made their way. Tazuna immediately attempted to sacrifice himself until Naruto raised his hand. The thugs were in the position of advantage, but they were cocky, pointing the blade towards Naruto when they saw his hand. Make a move and they die. That is when Naruto did it. Universal pull. They were yanked from the thug's grasp. Naruto caught the both of them, once again shocking everyone on the bridge. And in that moment he made up his mind. Even Gato saw it. Enough of this. Naruto yanked Gato towards him. He yanked him as Gato flew through the sky. Naruto's hand, it wrapped around Gato's throat. No one knew what to make of the situation. How did he do that? Even Zabuza and Haku were confused. Gato tried to speak. I told myself that in order to be a ninja, you have to kill. And that I would know when I was put in a situation to do so. And from the moment I saw your face, I know that this could only end one way. Gato tried, but Naruto's grip was like a vice. Naruto kept on squeezing and squeezing and squeezing. As he started to cry. He didn't want to do this, but he had to. Gato's lifeless form collapsed down on the bridge. His man, anger, rage fueling through them due to the fact that they wouldn't get paid. but a glance from Naruto stopped them in their tracks. The overwhelming sensation to run crept through their veins and they did so. Zabuza never thanked Naruto. He just looked at him. A respectful nod as he took Haku and got out of there. No words. Kakashi stood there frozen. He expected today to go many ways, but this was not one of them. They returned back to the village as heroes. But Naruto was brought to the office almost immediately. When Hiruzen saw the eyes, tale of the past, quench his vision. He never seen it before, but he heard rumors, whispers from the past. When he said that word, the Rinnegan, Sakura and Sasuke were confused. Kakashi on the other hand, the look on his face, a lot was discussed. Why he hid the truth away. Now it made sense why Naruto did not seem surprised when he learned of the Nine Tails earlier. It was an incident with Mizuki that did not pan out rather well. It ended quicker than possible due to the information reaching the Anvus before Mizuki could do a lot. And Hiruzen now knew that Naruto was the one that spoke on the matter and never revealed himself. But Mizuki had spoke about the Nine Tails. But Naruto already knew. Naruto was being honest though. He truly did not fully know. At first he thought it was because it would just make him seem more strange, but he couldn't give them an answer if his life depended on it. Sakura was able to speak to Naruto after that meeting. When you killed Gato, how did you feel? She saw him cry and she wanted to know. As she found herself thinking that she would have to do that as well. Not in the way that he did it, but they were ninjas. Naruto looked at her. It felt bad, he said. Taking someone's life shouldn't be easy for anyone, unless you're a psychopath. But I knew that I had to do it. We're shinobis. That is what we signed up for. And some people don't deserve to go on. And we have the responsibility to put a stop to many of them, to save countless more life. In that moment, her understanding of Naruto grew more than ever before. Even after learning about his eyes, it was still kept a secret. Hiruzen now keeping it on a need-to-know basis. When the Chunin exam came around, Sasuke Uchiha got bit by Orochimaru due to Orochimaru's snake tussling and tackling Naruto. But Naruto came back faster than the Sannin expected. When Naruto landed and saw the situation, Sakura in a tree, Sasuke hurt. All hell broke loose. Orochimaru saw them. Impossible. Naruto held his hand out. Orochimaru got flashes of the past. Same eyes, different person. Almighty. Push! Naruto almost destroyed the entire forest. Afterwards, he collapsed down to his knees. Sakura dragging both him and Sasuke away to tend to the both of them. Orochimaru lay broken in a tree, yet the smile on his face was large. The preliminaries was easy, especially for Naruto. He knew now that overusing his ability would strip it away for some time. 1 month. They were all given 1 month to get better. Within that time, Naruto met Jiraiya of the Sannin, who took a keen interest in him. Yet when Jiraiya looked at his eyes, Naruto saw something. Almost like the man was remembering a fond memory, and then it turned horrific. The look vanished quickly though. Along the way, Naruto became a summoner of the toads, which opened different avenues for summoning jutsu. He was shocked. Every time he thought he knew everything about the Rinnegan, he was mistaken. There was always more to dive into. Always more. He could also tell that Jiraiya knew a lot more than he was letting on. When the Chunin exam finals came around, Neji ideology was picked apart by Naruto with cold, hot logic. It wasn't emotion, but he allowed him to see the reality of things as they are. Maybe it broke Neji in that moment, but Naruto's words built him into something else. The exam was to go straight to the finals, but it took a turn. It took a turn when Orochimaru people and the sand descended down. But there was another problem. Ever since Naruto awakened those eyes, Sasuke has been trying to prove himself. He didn't want to be left in the dust. So despite being told not to, he went after Gaara. Naruto made his way to help. However, Orochimaru had seen Naruto's eyes. A woman known as Gurren, who possessed crystal release, and another known as Kimimaro, who possessed bone release. They descended upon him. They were waiting for the moment when he was alone. They were highly skilled. And despite having these eyes, Naruto wasn't all powerful because he had yet to truly unlock what they truly are. But something started to rise inside of him. Anger. Sasuke was getting hurt. He could feel Sasuke's chakra from here. Gaara was going on a rampage and these two would not leave his path. He wanted them gone. Within that moment, Naruto tapped into another aspect of the eyes. And something rose. Something that only he could see. The King of Hell. He summoned it. He didn't know how, but he brought it. They tried to attack him once again when something invisible gripped them. It wasn't until it held onto them with its arms that they saw it. It gripped their tongue. Naruto reached, almost like he was reaching into something, and he pulled it with his power. It wasn't their actual tongue, but their very soul that it tore out of them. They collapsed within seconds. So powerful and so easily defeated. Once more, just to show how broken Naruto truly was. Naruto sped through the trees and saw Gaara in the process of stifling Sasuke to death. Naruto let loose. Jinchuriki against Jinchuriki. When he tried to access more of that power, Naruto absorbed it. He siphoned the chakra from the sand, making it useless. He punched Gaara cleanly out of his own shell cocoon that protected him. Gaara stood no chance as Naruto had him pinned against a tree. A siphon of his chakra preventing Gaara from fully manifesting the beast inside of him. Even as his fist was bloody, though, Naruto stopped. "Why did you stop? Why don't you kill me?" Gaara said, having already accepted that he was going to die. And he wouldn't allow anyone to humiliate him by prolonging the pain. Naruto dropped him. He saw when Gaara accepted it. But more than that, Naruto saw his pain in his eyes. "You're a Jinchuriki like me. But perhaps you had it worse," Naruto said. Gaara didn't understand. As he looked at Naruto, Naruto himself didn't understand. But he didn't want to kill this person. Time skip. Hiruzen died. Naruto blamed himself. If he had killed Orochimaru in the Forest of Death, this wouldn't have happened. Jiraiya came to make him feel better. They left the village, and they ran into Itachi and Kisame. When Jiraiya arrived, the both of them fled, but they saw it. The report was immediate. Their leader, a man with similar eyes, told them to stay back. However, someone else in the shadows was curious on this. One Sharingan gazing towards the empty shadows. Another Rinnegan. He was surprised. Naruto and Jiraiya found Tsunade, Orochimaru already gravely weakened from his battle with Hiruzen, chose to back off. The boy had killed two of his strongest. The Rinnegan was too dangerous to face. And it seemed like Tsunade would do the job for him. Tsunade almost killed Naruto because he contradicted everything that she said. When he mentioned her loved ones and said that they would be disgraced, she almost punched his head clean off. But his words, they pierced through the shell that she had placed around her heart for the longest time. Shizune couldn't believe it. She couldn't. As Naruto was able to convince her to return back to the village, Shizune was truly shocked. However, after that, Sasuke fled. He was upset, he was angry, constantly being less than Naruto proved to be something too painful for him. Yet, Naruto tracked him down, along with the retrieval team. But it was the both of them that arrived at the Valley of the End. Sasuke stood no chance. The amplification of the curse marked nothing. Naruto beat him until he could not move. Naruto looked down at him though. The mark had receded. I could take you back, drag you home, and they would put you in a cell. But I'm not gonna do that. Because you will simply find another way to leave. And you will forever hate us. So my question is, when you kill Itachi, what then? What will you have left? Sasuke's jaw tightened. You will be alone. Without friends, without bonds. I don't need any friends or bonds. All I need is power. Yeah, I thought so too. Maybe that was a part of the reason why I hid my eyes. I realized, without people like you, Sakura, Kakashi, Jiraiya, even the new Hokage in my life, this power would mean absolutely nothing. I can help you get stronger, strong enough to face your brother. But I won't do it to get anything in return, because I am your friend. And that is how you get stronger. The help of those that you care about. Naruto said, sitting down beside Sasuke. So tell me, Sasuke, what will it be? Turn your back on all of this and leave this place. Or stay and we can work together. Sasuke got to his feet and Naruto turned his back, not even looking at him. Naruto heard footsteps. Until Sasuke sat down beside him. I don't know what to do, he said. Maybe this will help. Naruto hand gripped Sasuke's neck. And Naruto draw something out of it. The soul fragment that was inside of the mark. It wasn't long ago that Naruto felt it. He remembered what he did to the other two that killed them, but this wasn't Sasuke's soul. While Sasuke was in the hospital after being beaten to a pulp by Gaara, Naruto had felt it. Something messing around in there. With the soul fragment gone, Sasuke's mind seemed to clear. The weight of the mark was still corruptive, but the soul fragment wasn't there to stabilize it. How? I'm still learning what I can do, said Naruto. Naruto extended his hand. And I can help you too. Sasuke took it. When the both of them returned, Sakura was waiting at the gate as she hugged them both. She hugged them both. For a moment, Team 7 stood there, happy. Naruto told Tsunade what happened. And they chalked it up to Sasuke being influenced by the mark, which had started to completely unravel without Orochimaru's soul fragment. It wasn't long after that Jiraiya came to take Naruto to get stronger to fully become the man that he was meant to be. Naruto made him bring Sasuke as well. as he was going to fulfill that promise. Sakura came to say goodbye, and she hugged Naruto before he left. And while they were hugging, she felt something strange. She hugged Sasuke as well, but when she hugged Naruto, she felt something strange. Something she couldn't quite explain. So with that, they left as they made their way. They came across a lot, even several of Orochimaru's bases. Along the way, they found Karen Uzumaki, having recently been brought to Orochimaru's side when he saved her from the grass village. But just like many others, Naruto inspired her to come along with them. He gave her hope. He gave her back her identity, not just as Orochimaru's lackey. And she came. Family was a sensitive subject for Karen. Having everything that she went through, it was hard. And Naruto changed her. He even came across Gaara once again when the group made their way near to the sand village. Everything was so different now. When they returned back to the village after 2.5 years, both boys had grown drastically. And they had a new member as well, Karen. It was like Jiraiya was a teacher of a genuine team. A special genuine team. They reunited with everyone, Karen being new to most of them. Snazzy, bringing her into the village as a part of it. She became a ninja, a member of Konoha. Sakura, stronger, smarter, wiser in every single way, was so happy to see the both of them. And when she looked at Naruto, he had stopped hiding his eyes. They were on full display. His hair was still long but parted, the headband working miracles. When she looked at him, she felt it in her heart. It was like a flutter. Kakashi was happy to see them all, but the reunion was cut when Gaara was taken. Naruto was furious. He was angry. Gaara had accomplished so much, and when he thought he lost him, Naruto utilized the Rinnegan to its fullest. Deidara and sorcery, Naruto single-handedly turned them into paste. Explosions, puppet, it meant nothing to a walking god. Lady Chiyo was shocked. It was a conviction, the rage that a shinobi could have for another that wasn't a part of their village. She lacked the comprehension to understand it, and she realized that the newer generation was far greater than before. Gaara was brought back. A life for a life. It brought him back. Naruto was grateful to her. They paid their respect before they returned back to the village. Time passed by. It was suspicious, yes, but location of Itachi Uchiha was found. Yes, his location was found. Team 7 made their way. Naruto was more than enough to handle his partner. The team that started it would put an end to it. When they arrived there, Kisame was a threat that needed to be handled. As Naruto went toe-to-toe with the Shark Man, Kisame was smart. Knowing how dangerous those eyes were, he was intelligent. But Kisame was not expecting to run into the wielder today. Yes, his and Itachi's location leaking was a shocker, yes it was. Naruto put an end to him, proving to be far superior than the Shark Man in every way. Together they could kill Itachi rather easily, but Naruto told them that they shouldn't intervene. Sasuke wanted this. Taking this away from him would be like killing him. As they were watching the chaos unfold, Jiraiya had made his way. Gaining intel he never got to get back to the village. Jiraiya had made his way. However, things took a nasty turn. But Ma knew better. She knew that he didn't have to die. Jiraiya was being successful. When he faced the Rinnegan, The problem was Jiraiya did not know that there were 6 of them. Perhaps he would have won if he knew, due to him learning about the Rinnegan from Naruto and all the abilities. And Pain was set to kill him. He couldn't allow the secret of his eyes to leak. Well, not the eyes per se, but his numbers. He couldn't allow that to happen as of yet. But the powers were already known because of the other one. Something that he would deal with soon enough. Reverse summoning Naruto back to Mount Miyaboku took 3 toads, not the small ones. It was hard to do so, due to his chakra capacity. Ma told Naruto everything, what was going on. Jiraiya was fighting for his life. Naruto summoned a massive bird, the fastest. Just because he was a toad summoner, the Rinnegan was still capable of summoning a lot more. His journey towards the village was insane, blazing through the sky. The bird moved at its fastest. Naruto empowered it with his own chakra, their connection making the thing even faster. Jiraiya was on his last leg, paw calling out his name. His arm had been severed. When the sky opened up, all the clouds were gone. Naruto descended upon the village like a wrathful god, returning for nothing but death and destruction. The battle immediately ceased as Naruto landed there. He looked at the state that Jiraiya was in. It wasn't a question, it was an order. He told the Great Toad to get back and reverse summon him. Jiraiya tried to refuse, but Naruto turned towards him. Go. I'll handle the rest. Jiraiya was not in the state to fight. Naruto turned and looked up towards, eyes that were so similar to his, yet they lacked any warmth, any life inside of them. There was no word said to either of them. Because Naruto knew, the moment he looked into those eyes, he knew that all of them were a puppet. Nagato then realized that he wasn't dealing with someone that didn't understand him. Naruto knew every detail of the Rinnegan, but he wasn't fighting alone. His chakra was already beyond large. But on his training trip, Naruto told the Nine Tails that he would never try to control him with his eyes. However, the both of them wanted something. They wanted to get rid of the Akatsuki completely, because he would die if they take him away. And the Nine Tails had no idea what they wanted to do with him. And it was better to stay here than be taken. With that power flooding through him, Naruto was stronger, and that gave him the edge. He succeeded. But the real fight was yet to happen. And this wouldn't be a physical fight. Konan tried to intervene. She was well aware of the abilities that came with those eyes. She knew what they could do, but Naruto wouldn't let her slow him down. He marched powerfully and confronted the man. He never bothered talking to the puppets, but he would talk to this one. Naruto should kill him. He said it out loud that he should end him right here and now, as Konan came in, her papers, threatening to stab him from behind, but Naruto barely glanced at her. When Nagato spoke of Jiraiya being his sensei, it made Naruto even more angry. Their conversation turned into shouting, their ideology clashing against one another. Naruto spoke of Gaara, him becoming a leader, the connection that they now share. The Sand and Konoha would never be enemies once again. When Naruto learned of his past, their past, as he looked at Konan as well, he called him a fool. He said that he betrayed Yaiko, which caused an argument once again that almost led to physical blows. As Naruto made him understand, he made him saw the error of his ways. He was hiding instead of protecting his village. One man cannot save the world. For some reason, those words hit Nagato deeper than he thought. You could see it in his eyes the moment those words break him. It didn't take long after that. A trap was set. The man calling himself Madara Uchiha and Zetsu was summoned. It was time that they take back the Akatsuki. It was time that they bring change to everything. The man hidden behind that mask would stay that way. He arrived happy, believing that he was arriving to see the nine-tailed Jinchuriki captured. What he met though was two pair of Rinnegan that erased him and Zetsu, stopping any further calamities. That day, Naruto stood in front of Nagato, both student of Jiraiya. They shook hands for something greater. When Naruto returned back to the village, Sakura, she basically jumped into his arms. She was so afraid. Jiraiya had returned to get medical treatment from Tsunade. She was so happy to see Naruto as she hugged him. But it wasn't just a hug, it was something else. When they looked at each other, something that had been building over the years. Once her feeling was for Sasuke Uchiha, but slowly changed. You could see it in his eyes as well. Eyes that held power for gods. He also felt it. As they moved in together, their face drawn in closer and closer. Time skip. Years went by as the world slowly changed. 27 years old, he was standing proudly as a sixth Hokage. He already had the mentality from the beginning. Things had changed drastically. Sakura was his wife. They had a child. His name was Minato. She was pregnant again with their daughter. Their family was growing. Naruto Uzumaki was no longer a god of the land of rain. He was their faithful leader. With the power of the nine tails and the Rinnegan, Naruto healed his legs. He healed his legs, allowing him to stand, allowing him to protect the way Yaiko wanted to protect and stand. Always focus on their goal, their desire. To change the world, they never had time for one another. Friendship had turned into something a long time ago, but neither would ever admit it. As him and Konan were closer than ever before. Sasuke Uchiha had accepted the pain and moved on. It took a lot for his friends to build him back up. Itachi died the way he wanted to die, as Sasuke was known as the one that avenged his clan. It took him a while, but Karin and everyone else was by his side. But Karin being there turned into something else. It turned into love. Jiraiya, he retired from fighting. He had one arm now, mostly hanging out with Tsunade, all over the place. But Naruto words had come to fruition. It started with Mei Terumi. When she heard about it, she was quick to accept. Ever since the civil war that took place in her village, all she wanted was peace. And then it was Kumo. That was harder. But the stone, that was nearly impossible. But Naruto never gave up. One man could not save the world, but together, villages linked together, bond of friendship to show one another that they can work together brought something new. It brought something great. The Chunin exam had evolved. They were no longer fighting for competition only anymore. Yes, the young ninjas were showing what they can do. But they were also showing the true unification between the great nations. With the big villages coming together, the smaller villages did not take long to fall in line to build something that would not immediately collapse. You can see that by Nagato being there. And Konan as well. Representative from all over. The stadium was massive. Naruto stood there, Sakura by his side. The event was about to take place anytime now. However, two figures, they were felt before they were saw. They descended down. Naruto made his way, having no idea who they were, but their power was enormous. Momoshiki and Kinshiki. They descended down in the center of the stadium. Naruto looked at Sakura. She was holding on to Minato's shoulders. Naruto made his way over the railing. Sasuke was already on his feet. Nagato also made his way. The other leaders standing tall. But it was only the three of them that made their way in the center. "Who are you?" said Naruto. Momoshiki looked around, immediately seeing Naruto's eyes. "Special eyes," he said. And when he looked at Nagato, he was more intrigued. So this is a backwash of what she left. "Where is Kaguya Osusuke?" "Never heard of her." "I'm gonna ask you again. Who are you?" said Naruto. "You filthy animal. Speak to me with respect," Momoshiki said. "I would do so if you tell me who you are," said Naruto, still remaining calm. Momoshiki, on the other hand, wasn't having it. "The power is inside of you," he said. "Give it to me." He moved. He moved so fast, yet Naruto blocked his kick and looked into his eyes. Sasuke's sword was drawn, blade arcing towards Momoshiki's neck, but Kinshiki intervened. Nagato hand reached and blast Momoshiki back. "Get them out of the village," Naruto said. The three were able to force them back, restricting their power until they were out of the village parameters. The others getting to work immediately, standing as a second line of defense, but they wouldn't need it. Marching them down was Naruto, Nagato, Sasuke with his eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. Momoshiki smiled though, believing that they could still win. What followed was a battle that would be talked about for the ages, as Momoshiki opened the sky with a black ball, about to destroy everything. But Naruto and Nagato, Rinnegan worked in tandem. The sky was lit up with a blast when they struck it. The heavens quaked. It was like a natural disaster changing the atmosphere as it started to rain. Chaos and destruction. Years of training, years of pushing themselves. Finally, out of that chair, Nagato could use his power to his fullest. And Naruto, he was just getting started. The nine-tailed power exploded around him. Together, these unknowns stood no chance, but they were tough, exponentially so. And when Kinshiki was absorbed, Momoshiki became a new level of threat. The three of them worked together as one. His eyes could not work against them because their eyes mimic what he can do, but his power was still great. Naruto fought his massive construct. The Rinnegan summons raining down towards him. In the end, Sasuke's sword ripped through his stomach. As Naruto and Nagato grabbed his hand, they started to leash off his own power, draining him as he grew weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker. He collapsed downwards. Even then, he still tried to fight them. He still saw himself as superior. A Rasengan later ended the threat completely, packed with so much punch. Naruto stood there, looking towards the other two. This was not something that either of them expected. There might be more of them out there, Sasuke said, looking up. Perhaps. However, we are united and we are stronger than ever. Whatever this new threat is, We shall handle it, said Nagato. And we will keep everyone safe, Naruto said. As the three of them stood there, they refused to allow anyone to take their planet. It doesn't matter who or what they were. And yeah, guys, this is where this come to an end. I hope you guys enjoy. More to come. See you guys soon. Peace.